Gaming journos are still going completely insane over Black Myth Wukong. I can't believe it's still happening this far into it with this popular of a game, but it seems to be just the trend now. If it's popular, if people enjoy it, the journalists hate it. If it's unpopular, if gamers hate it, the journalists say it's the best thing ever. And no matter what, they're blaming you because you're a bigot for liking this game. It's so stupid, but this is where we're at today. I was just talking to Smash JT yesterday about Black Myth Wukong, and I think a part of the problem these journos have is actually the game's hard. It's difficult. A lot of the boss battles are extremely difficult. These are not gamers. They want an easy mode. Maybe that's the real onus behind all this meltdown that we're seeing right now. We'll get into this review and then what this Shannon Lau, the editor here at Inverse, is posting on X. She is completely lost her mind, going full Alyssa Mercante. But this is what we're seeing across the board on all of these games. My name's John Delarose. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about the most important things in gaming news and more. I'm also a content creator. I make my own graphic novels, and this is my Hidden Emperor. It is a sci-fi graphic novel on Kickstarter right now. This is a lot of fun. It's about a secret agent who is trying to track down the Emperor of Mankind after he's been replaced by a clone, and that clone is causing a lot of problems for the Imperium. If you like classic science fiction, if you like the old action-adventure serials, what Star Wars used to be before Disney got its little tendrils into it, you are going to love this. So please check it out. It's in the description below. And thank you so much. We're about $1,000 away from this being our highest-selling graphic novel of all time with 15 days left to go. Really appreciate the support of real comic book readers and real gamers, and that seems to be the trend, right? If somebody's a real gamer, if they're really actually into this a property or whatnot, they like quality stuff, and these shills who get paid by certain studios for their access, for their clout, don't like it, is what it all comes down to. In Black Myth Wukong, after I crush a nasty snake boss, Shannon says, this game's heroic monkey protagonist triumphantly marched through the temple gates only to find another boss. I wearily trounced this bear boss too, but what I wanted was new characters to chat with or a nice spot to lay in my head. Yeah, I think this problem is you're a woman, and so women just want to chat and don't want to actually play games. Gosh, that's my hot take for the day. They always say that women are 50% of gamers or whatever, but they never really are. They just don't like games is what it comes down to. They don't like challenges especially. I walked forward only to enter into another area of aggressive beasts, visually appealing swaths of barren wasteland. Wait, it is visually appealing and you don't like, and you call it a barren wasteland? I'm confused. Oh my gosh. So visually appealing is bad. Hard boss battles that are difficult and a lot of work are bad, but that's what games are. Games are about the mechanics. I mean, what are you saying is lacking? Oh my gosh! So she goes off on its 10 years of development and says, judged by its own merit, it's not an inventive game, even if the boss fights are very fun. Aw, it needs to be more inventive. The environments feel stale and small when you realize most doors stay glued shut and most walls aren't climbable. When I ran through the outer limits of each biome, I found a deserted terrain with nothing to do. In between bosses, the game doesn't offer you any chance to reflect, rest, or enjoy the scenery. What? So you want a minute to pause the game? Well, just pause the game. I mean, if that's what you want, just do that. Very, very weird. So Black Myth Wukong is not as good as reviews say. It's currently at 81% on Metacritic, and Steam users have given it a 10 out of 10. So gamers like it, but she doesn't because she wants to sit and chat rather than actually play a game. That's exactly what she says. And here's where she goes crazy. Months before the game launched, it had already drummed up online furor that would eventually translate into Steam sales. And some self-proclaimed gamer gators. Uh-oh. That's not good. Even suspect it's part Chinese nationalism and part hype driven by the side of the internet that hates diversity and inclusion. It's a game about monkeys. You can't really get... I mean, do you want a tranny monkey? Is that the thing that we're supposed to do here? Oh my gosh, these people are insane. An unholy combination may have inadvertently revealed a new path to success for edgy but ultimately mediocre video games. Well, one thing's not a success. Your woke DEI crap that you're trying to inject into games is failing everywhere. We've seen Star Wars Outlaws have a just disaster of a launch. It really pooped the bed just in terms of the gameplay and everything else. You want to talk about mediocrity. And then on top of that, people are just tuning out of franchises like that and Assassin's Creed. And you don't control studios like this, and that is exactly why you're so mad about it. It's about control, it's about the narrative, and that's what it is. The anti-woke mob just wants to play a game, and they definitely don't want to have all that crap in it. They don't want it to be conquered or dustborn with their pronouns and things like that. They want to have a game that's just fun. So if it's fun, that's the bottom line, because it is a game. And if it doesn't necessarily have the most unique mechanics, that doesn't really matter too much. Innovation is not always everything. Just doing something well is everything, and Black Myth Wukong does the action RPG genre pretty well. And it does it without lecturing people. It's pretty simple. That's all people want out of a game. Absolutely crazy. Activating the anti-woke mob. Last year, IGN published a report about the studio being plagued by claims of sexism. A piece critiqued by online users that said evidence of sexism was vulgarity. The evidence cited in social media posts that likened game development to birthing a child and creators' excitement to sporting an erection. Oh no, terrible. You can see how unhinged this woman is just in her reporting of this immediately, and she just wants to destroy this game because of that. She just does not like gamers. And here it is, a similar phenomenon to what happened with PlayStation Stellar Blade, another thing that gamers really just enjoy. And for some reason, just because it had a pretty protagonist, Shannon doesn't like that. Amazing. This seems to be a trend. So don't like pretty protagonists, don't like gameplay, don't like anything that any actual video gamer actually likes, and yet you're an editor of a gaming website. It's not the alt-right, it's not Gamergate, it's not the racists and misogynists out there. It's just people who want to play games and actually like them, and you just don't understand them, and you shouldn't be in this position, obviously, as a journalist. This is major. This is the problem with all of these websites at this point. They choose people in charge of this stuff who hate this kind of thing. So then they say it's a big Chinese nationalistic push as well, which it might be. It is a Chinese game, and it does look good. It's really well done. And so they probably did support their people there. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine. So she actually went on X to further complain about this. Here she is, Inverse Gaming Editor, bylines at the New York Times, WAPO, and CNN. So you know it's going to be something ridiculous for bespoke games journalism, which I guess is just code for woke. This is another Alyssa Mercante in the making, my friends. Wrote about how Chinese nationalists and gamergaters likely got together to push out massive sales of an ultimately mediocre game. Now, this is pretty interesting because she makes it sound like there's a conspiracy between like the right-wing gamers in America and Chinese nationalists. Like we got together in secret back rooms, like and this is the reason they do that is because this is how they act. This is how the gaming journalists act. They're all in Slack chats together and Discords together, Twitter DM groups together, and they coordinate their articles. They coordinate their hit pieces of what they want to be a success and what they want to be a failure. This is absolutely true. I actually got into CBR's Slack chat for a bit and watched it happen personally a few years back. But this is something that it doesn't exist on the other. We don't have a coordinated effort or anything like that. Gamers pushed out massive sales of the game because gamers were interested in the game and bought it. It's just called capitalism. It's called somebody went and purchased it, said, oh, this looks cool, told their friends. We don't have a media apparatus going on to like coordinate this conspiracy like this crazy woman is talking about right here. So absolutely crazy. This is an insane post. And she keeps going, while researching this story, I noticed that Wikipedia entry for Black Myth has been edited multiple times. And the controversy section featuring IGN's reporting has been deleted by anonymous, likely Chinese users. Well, yeah, because it doesn't actually have anything to do with the game. It doesn't deserve to be on there. The fact that it got on there is an indication that you guys were conspiring, not that anybody else is conspiring about things. The game's content is supposed to be about the game content, and that actually makes a lot of sense. All of the replies just continue proving the point of this story, to be honest. So she pissed off gamers with this. She told a lie. She made it sound like there was some sort of conspiracy going on when it's just a lot of people bought a game. 10 million plus people bought a game in 48 hours, and the media didn't control it. The media told people not to buy it, and they are butt mad about it across the internet. It's really, really fun to watch. Well, I'm enjoying this so much, and yes, I think the game's probably just a little too difficult for Shannon Lau. She probably doesn't like that. She should go back to Candy Crush Saga and get off the internet, in my opinion. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out my awesome graphic novel, The Hidden Emperor. You're going to love this, guys. It's fantastic, and thank you so much for the support. Cool, we just got another giant backer. Appreciate you for being there.